Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is HUMNA and I've started sharing these videos about my journey towards self-love and I share things that I have experienced and overcome and learned to deal with. Of course, some are with using art as a tool for healing myself, and also some are through my meditation that I have downloaded. I try to share these with the intention that in some way they will resonate with somebody out there and maybe help them on their journey towards self love. For this podcast, I actually got a major download that I'm going to read through for you all to listen. And all you need to do is sit back, take a nice deep breath in, relax yourselves, and just hear the words through your ears and let them seep into your heart and see where it takes you. Hear it with an open mind. Not everything might resonate with you, but whatever it does will be something that will be exactly the message that you are meant to hear in this moment in time. It is our ego that holds us responsible for our actions and keeps making us constantly go back in loops to never free ourselves from the past mistakes, those that we have committed consciously and unconsciously. The trick is to see it as just that and nothing more. The mistakes that you committed in the past were the way you were being given a lesson so that your soul could experience a certain emotion and then learn to deal with it and be grateful to your human self that it helps you to learn a lesson and that you are ready for whatever is to come next. We as humans did not come here to feel misery and pain all the time. It is that misery and pain that helps you to evaluate your actions and work on ways to deal with the lessons and mistakes. We have to start looking at the mistakes as our teachers. They teach us to be human. The ego wants you to be God. It wants you to be perfect and always be in control. But the soul knows you are a part of your creator. You are the creation of a creator, so not the creator itself, but just a part of it. So if the creator, as is he who creates the magnificent universe, you are capable of creating a magnificent life for yourself. The trouble happens when you start believing you alone are in control of your life and live your life experiences only through the usage of your mind and not your heart. What this means is that when you make a mistake, your mind will constantly pull you down. It will take you in a spiral of making you feel all the negative emotions like regret, guilt, anger, sadness, feeling alone, and so on. Now, don't get me wrong, these are emotions that you came here to feel as a human being. So, thanks to these mistakes, you were able to feel them in your physical experience. The trouble happens when you get stuck in them. You are not meant to feel guilty for the past for the rest of your days here. You are not meant to be sad for a trauma that happened in your childhood for the years to come. But instead, you are meant to feel these emotions because without feeling them, you can't release them from your being. It's like wanting to know everything that happens in a book or a movie without reading or watching it. You have to read the book to know the details, and you have to see the movie to know what happens next. If you speak about the movie or that book that you're reading without reading and seeing it, you will be faking it. You will be assuming what could have happened, but be unaware of what truly does happen. And hence, you have to see the movie and read the book to develop an understanding and awareness of the full story. Similarly, you are a book of emotions. And to understand these emotions, you have to feel them to work ways on how to deal with them. Now, when you don't forgive yourself or anyone else, it's like watching a movie on repeat, non stop, constantly, while eating, sleeping, waking up, everywhere. It comes in your silence, it comes in a crowd. That movie is like constantly playing in front of your eyes. And the dialogues are what you start absorbing and speaking constantly because it's going on and on and on. So, can you see what's happening here? The effects of the movie, the dialogues, if you see it over and over and over and again constantly, they have an effect on your heart, mind, and overall well being. Now, imagine forgiveness is like wearing a jacket that doesn't fit you anymore, but you choose to stay stuck in a tight, suffocating jacket because at one point in your life that jacket looked good on you. Now, the mind keeps saying this to you, uh, that you need to stay stuck in that jacket. It feels the restraint, it understands that it's suffocating, but it still continues to stay in pain. But the soul knows it's time for you to move out of that jacket. And so it starts pushing you from the inside out to let it off. Your soul starts going, you need to take this off, you need to take this off. Where the body is saying, your mind is saying, I'm okay wearing it. Now that's where the whole battle of the ego and the heart starts. Ego says, hold on to that jacket because this is all you deserve. But the heart knows that you deserve the best for you. So now the deal is that when we've understood that it is a jacket that doesn't fit us anymore, which is forgiveness, how do we take this jacket off? Right? We need to take this jacket off so that we can forgive ourselves and also ripple effect, forgive other people. Now, the way I worked through this forgiveness was focusing on three main things. Number one was choosing myself. And then number two was choosing my healing. Number three was choosing my freedom. Now, I'll try and explain these to you in a little bit detail. What happens is when you tell yourself or you tell others that I'm choosing myself, it makes people feel that you're choosing yourself and you're so full of yourself. But there's a difference here. Whenever I say choose yourself, what I generally am referring to is choose yourself as a creation of that creator that loves you and who chose you to have this spiritual experience in this human body. You would not exist if your creator didn't think you were worthy of experiencing this life. So when you choose yourself, you are choosing that who created you, that who chose you. So you start seeing, or at least start to want to see, what your creator sees in you, that what he has chosen for you to be, who to be. You start connecting to that what your creator sees in you, not in those around you, but in you. And you start thanking, you develop this gratitude feeling that he chose you to have this magical experience of life in this human body. So he must think something of you. So he chose you. And when you live in this kind of mental space that he chose you, and so he gifted you this beautiful life, and so you choose yourself because you need to take care of that what your creator has gifted you, you start working from your soul to your body to your mind and start becoming healthy and taking care of this gift that you have of the body, mind, and soul, because this is what your creator chose to gift you. And in that way, you are not saying, I choose myself by saying, I am so amazing, I'm going to choose myself. What you're saying is, I choose myself because my creator chose me. And that completely gives you a different perspective and a sense of peace within your soul. Now, the other thing is healing. Now, this is a very important one, and this what I'm going to say might resonate with you, might not resonate with you, but this is something very personal that I'd like to share with you all. Healing is having the desire to live life feeling, embracing, acknowledging, and seeing the whole of you. Healing is becoming completely transparent, honest, and fiercely in love with the whole experience of life, the good, the bad, the body, the inner core being, people who hurt you, people who didn't hurt you, things that went wrong, that went right, every single thing. You want to see it fully, you want to experience it fully, you want to love it fully. That feeling, that desire is healing. Falling in love with the whole being that you are is healing. Healing is also letting go of any negativity and constantly trying to absorb the positive, positive vibes, positive energy from around, so that the negative, as you keep absorbing, you keep releasing positive. So you keep a balance between the two, and that is healing. Healing is about recognizing that this is a journey towards light, towards love, towards becoming someone that embraces the seen and the unseen world to channel the magic of life. Healing is about exploring ways of connecting your mind, body, and soul to find the balance. When we talk about choosing healing, I'm referring to choosing ways and practices in your life that you can do to connect your mind, body, and soul and bring a balance in them. This could be dancing, writing, painting, drawing, going for walks, cooking. It could be anything that brings your mind, body, and soul in a place where they feel balanced, happy, and joyful is healing for your being. Healing is something that you have to commit to. It's something that takes a lot of courage in a world where it's so convenient and comfortable to just walk around not wanting to do anything and just keep living a life, where you don't really have to heal yourself, but you really need the courage to heal yourself and the courage to see yourself fully with your light and shadow side, because that's the scary part. Because in your story, whatever it is that you have lived so far, there is darkness and there is light. And to be able to own your darkness, to say what all you've done wrong, not just to people but to your own self, can be very intimidating, very, very scary. And for that, you need the courage. You need the courage not only to face your fears, but also your own true self and the damage that you have done to you. So that takes a lot of courage, and that is what healing is all about. Healing is when you choose to be with you. Now, a lot of people go for group healing sessions, which is great, and it's definitely helpful, and I highly recommend it. But what's really important is that you process whatever it is that you experienced in group healings by yourself. You have to become your own priority. You just have to. Healing is like a promise that you make yourself, that you're going to like not give up on you. So healing takes a lot of courage and a lot of commitment, that you are not going to let anything or anyone come between you and your healing. You really have to learn to block people out, go into isolation, do things on your own, practice and look for activities where you can just be with yourself and try not to be engaging with many people while you are going through healing, because what this does is it really clarifies your head of the noises, the opinions of other people, and that is really, really needed in the process of healing. Till you make yourself, you know, unavailable for the world is always going to keep calling you. So you have to completely lose the attraction towards the world, consciously, and go within yourself to find that place where you can do the things that heal you, that help you hear your own true voice. Now, this is something that I teach and share through my healing, art healing sessions that I do either one on one or through group sessions. So, if that is something that resonates with you or something you'd like to give it a try, do send me a message or connect with me through my Instagram, which is HUMNA_being, and I can share the details with you. Now, the last one is choose freedom. I realized in order to forgive myself or any other being, I needed to make certain choices. And so I asked myself, what is it that I want most in life? What has been that something that makes me anxious, heavy, and strangled? What truly, in the depth of my soul, makes me feel myself, that makes me be myself? And I heard the word freedom. Now, freedom can be a lot of things for a lot of different people, and everybody craves or desires freedom in a very different way. I personally wanted freedom for always feeling unworthy in myself, as not enough. So, this was something that I really struggled with, and I wanted freedom from that emotion, from that feeling. I wanted to stop feeling not enough. I just wanted to be okay and grateful as I was, and just somehow stop running or chasing things and people and experiences, um, because I felt not enough in myself. I was always looking and chasing for things. So I really needed to understand that to gain freedom from that feeling of being not enough, I had to focus on the word freedom itself. The word freedom itself triggered me to start thinking of all the places and the old scenarios where I actually didn't feel the freedom to do the things. So I started writing all the things like I wanted freedom to dance. I wanted freedom to paint. I wanted freedom to speak, freedom to choose, freedom from pain, freedom from sadness or guilt or anger. And I wanted freedom from resentment towards myself and others. I wanted full freedom in my life to do things and feel the emotions fully without being scared. I wanted to be having the freedom to be vulnerable, like to allow myself to be okay when I am wanting myself to open up. And I wanted freedom to be silent when I wanted to be silent, and not being always questioned and asked why you're not speaking, what's going on with you. I just wanted to be whatever it is that I wanted to be, and I wanted the freedom to allow myself to feel the emotions. And I realized that these were barriers that I personally had created in my own head, that I can't feel a certain way, or I can't do things a certain way, or something will happen if I did. So these were like barriers that I had created. So I wrote down every single thing where situations or places or with people who actually made me feel that I was not experiencing freedom. So I wrote down all these categories and things where I started seeing that all the places were places where it was me who was stopping me from being free. And so it really helped me to choose my freedom by understanding where it is that I did not feel freedom. So these three things, when I started consciously cultivating in my life, I started realizing that I was learning to forgive other people. So every time I chose myself, it wasn't to hurt other people, it was because I wanted to take care of the gift of life that my creator had given me. And so for I forgave myself for not being with others or not giving other people the time. In the same way, I started choosing my healing and committing to it, and isolated myself from a lot of social gatherings, a lot of social commitments, a lot of social media, just so that I could give myself the time. And I made myself a priority, so I forgave myself in that way to make my healing my priority, and learned that when I was choosing me, when I was healing within myself, working through the old trauma and scenarios, going through my shadows, going through my light, I was actually becoming stronger and stronger in learning ways of letting go of the past. And that really, really helped me to come into the present moment and feel free in myself, because I had learned these three things. When I chose myself, when I chose my healing, and when I chose my freedom, I realized that these three things really helped me to forgive myself. Because earlier I was not choosing myself, I was not choosing my healing, I was not choosing my freedom. And so I constantly was feeling unworthy, run down, really tired, unconscious of what I was doing in my life, just drifting through time, really, and making other people the focus and not myself. And that's something I feel like led to my self abandonment issues. And I learned that I was equally important as other people, and so I started shifting those three things. So I really, really hope that this helped you in some way, gave you some kind of insights. My advice is the three things: that you choose yourself, you choose your healing, and you choose your freedom. Once you work those three things out, you will be able to forgive yourself for everything that happened in the past and everything that you might actually do in the future. And because you'll become so conscious of your actions, you'll be kinder towards yourself, that you won't do anything that is harmful for your being. And if you did, you will be learning ways on forgiving yourself. So I hope that helps you in some way. If it does, let me know. If it resonates or something that you already practice, share that in the comments with me. I'd love to hear from you and connect with you. Like I said, I do personal readings, one-on-one energy checkings, if that's something you'd like to do, or energy readings, and art healing sessions, if you'd like to do them with me one-on-one or group sessions. Do let me know. I do have Patreon, where I share a lot of my art healing sessions, so you can access them also, and they're available for you to work through whenever it is that you choose to. Art has been a major part of my life, where it has helped me see the trauma, or see the blockages that I was experiencing in my physical reality. And so when you go through my art healing sessions, you'll see that's what I teach people: how to bring your trauma, how to bring your story out onto the sheet of paper, which helps you to feel more aligned, feel more connected to yourself, feel more connected and be one with the universe, connect to your higher selves, and feel more present. I think one of the things that I highly recommend doing these sessions is to come into the present. Art has a way of bringing us into the present. So anyway, I hope this helps you in some way, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sending you lots and lots of love, light, and peace, everyone. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.